This is JennX Talks. Part bourbon truth, part leadership rebellion, part say the thing soul strategy. For the high capacity founder who's still solving everything themselves, this one's going to hit where it hurts. You didn't get here by accident. You got here because you're smart, capable, and excellent at figuring shit out. But that strength, it has a shadow. And if you're honest, the constant self-reliance is no longer strategic, it's compulsive. This episode is for the founders who still do it all, even with a team, who wear resilience like armor, and who need to be reminded that capacity is not a character trait. It's an energetic resource with a limit. So let's talk about the addiction to figure it out energy and what it's really costing you. So welcome to episode 7. You didn't build this business by waiting around for someone else to hand you the answers. You've always been the one who figures it out, the one who solves the problem, who patches the hole in the pipeline, cleans up the mess, sets the vision, and holds the whole thing together. And there's something admirable about that, truly. But here's the line no one wants to admit. Figure it out, energy becomes a trap. And for many founders, it's not just a default strategy, it's an addiction. Not the kind you pour into a glass or swipe on a card, but the kind you wear like a crown. Because let's be honest, being the one who always knows what to do feels pretty powerful. Being the one everyone leans on totally validates your worth. Being the one who never drops the ball keeps you in control. But at what cost? Let's talk about it. And let me be clear, we're talking about it because I've been there too. Most founders don't even realize how attached they've become to their ability to figure things out. It's not just a skill. It becomes this piece of your identity. You become the one who handles it, the one who fixes it, the one who doesn't need help. This is especially true if you've built your business from the ground up. One of my friends and I actually talked about this recently, and we realized that we literally just made our businesses up. Like, if you think about from the ground up, you literally make it up from the very beginning. You wear every hat. You had to figure it out because no one else was going to. But what starts as a strength slowly calcifies into a weakness if you never rewire it. You stop asking for help. You stop trusting your team. You stop allowing yourself to pause long enough to feel anything because you're too busy solving everything. It's a kind of subtle burnout, a masked depletion. And often it's invisible until something snaps. Here's the truth bomb you probably won't hear in most leadership circles. There's emotional payoff in overfunctioning. You get to be needed. You get to be right. You get to be the hero. And when you're praised for your grit, your brains, your leadership, it reinforces the pattern. Take a look at the book Existential Kink if you want to dive deeper into that. It really explores the idea of what are you getting off on that keeps you blocked or stuck. A lot of this stuff is happening behind the scenes. You start resenting your team. You're exhausted, but you keep saying yes. You're lonely at the top, and you still feel like no one can help. You've created a reality where you are the bottleneck, and the reward is more exhaustion. The world loves to romanticize the self-made story. But if you're still living in that narrative, you're not running a business. You're trapped in a survival loop. Let's ground this in with an example. Imagine a founder who runs a multi-seven-figure service business. They've got a capable team, strong revenue, and they're respected in their field. But underneath that success, exhaustion. Every client issue still routes through them. Every team question still lands on their desk. Every decision, big or small, depends on their final word. It's not that the team isn't competent. It's that the founder doesn't trust the system to run without them. Why? because they've built an entire business model on being the one who figures everything out. And it worked until it didn't. What's needed isn't just a delegation tool or a better SOP. It's a deeper recalibration, one that starts with releasing the addiction to overfunctioning. So let's talk about why this happens. If you're resonating with this, here's why. Self-reliance is a survival trait, often born from environments where you had to handle everything yourself, or from past experiences where help wasn't available or it was too costly to ask for. But what worked for survival won't work for legacy. You cannot architect the next level of your business using the same internal wiring that got you through the early years. That operating system is outdated, and it's draining your internal bandwidth more than you realize. So how do we move out of figure it out addiction? Not with a tactical checklist, not with more effort, and definitely not with shame. We shift by making 3 conscious moves. 1, name the pattern. Call out where you're still defaulting to self-reliance. Write it down, get honest. 2, rewire the payoff. What does being the fixer get you? What's the emotional reward? Is it worth the energetic cost? Got to identify it. Then we got to rewire it. 3, rebuild with trust. Start with one area. Hand it off fully. Let it be messy. Let yourself be uncomfortable. Discomfort isn't always a sign that something's wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that something new is being born, and that's a good thing. You didn't build this thing to be the linchpin in every department. You built it to have impact, income, and freedom. And that freedom starts by breaking the figure it out cycle. So I want you to pause and ask yourself, where am I still over-functioning? And why? What part of me is afraid to let go? If I trusted my team just 10% more, what would shift this week? Take 5 minutes today. Journal, voice note, talk it out with somebody you trust. And ask yourself, what would leadership feel like if I didn't have to figure it all out alone anymore? Then take one step, just one, toward that version of leadership. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the myth of doing it right and the performance trap that's stealing your clarity. Because let's be real, perfectionism, not a strategy. It's a nervous system response in disguise. Yeah, recovering perfectionist here. I said it. We're going to get into how to release the pressure to prove and to step into something more real. I'll catch you there. You don't need more pressure. You need more permission, more clarity, less noise, more truth. And that's what we do here. This is JennX Talks, where the insights are sharp, the strategy is soulful, and the delivery is smooth like a neat pour of truth. We'll see you next time.